Hi, welcome. Today's the 22nd of October and it's been a dry spell. I'm really sorry. Things going on with family. Not bad things, good things. Today I am going to show you some exchange things I got from Duffers for Halloween. We do a Halloween box each year to each other, and I have some cross stitch whip go things to show you. I don't think I have any finishes. Sorry. I have been stitching, but yeah, I don't. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Hi. Yeah, welcome back. We have had a busy month and a bit here. It's all been good. It's been time spent with family. I had my grandson for a week, which was super great. I know everybody says that about their grandkids, but Byron he is a little, he's such a he's well behaved. He's a reader, which is really good in my house because everybody in my house reads a lot. No trouble, very helpful. We had so much fun. We went out to a few different places, and we took my mother-in-law out to dinner, and he was the best behaved, well-mannered little boy in the whole place. So we had a really good time there. We've been taking Ian's mom out to do things like dinner for example. Oh, we've been helping her clear out Ian's father's things, and which I'm sure is very difficult for her, but go. And we've been doing some walking ourselves every week. And okay, this is to my sister, Christina, if you are watching. We call it the American Woods, but it's called something that starts with a B. I keep thinking Ernest Borgnine, but that's not the name of it. But if you look in Henley and just look up wood walks, it's that. So we've been in there a lot. So on one walk, I think we went like 5 miles. Like, it was an insane amount of walking, trekking through the woods, and Blossom came home a dirty little beast, but that was okay. Anyway, so I want to show you some things that I got in the exchange from Helen Duffin, and I'm going to start out with my most favorite thing that she got me, and that is this little jack-o'-lantern with my name on it. I mean, how sweet is that? That is so cute and creepy at the same time. It sort of goes along with my named card that Helen got me as well, which is sort of modern and retro at the same time. Isn't that so cute? I love that so much. So I have 2 named gifts from Helen. She also pointed out, as did my grandson Byron, that I was holding this upside down. I was holding it the wrong way, but Helen made me this little pillow. I can't remember what the pattern was. It's a part of a pattern. There's this little bat charm, and on the back there's a 2022 charm, and it's got a chenille border. When I've just watched a video by Helen D on how to do chenille border, she is a gluer, and she makes no excuses about it. That's how she does hers. I think I'd probably hand sew mine in because, that's me. But that bat is so cute. And Helen is totally into vampires, so, that explains the upside down bat. The next thing she did for me was, and I don't own this anymore. Ian owns this now because he loves coffee and he loves this, but she cross-stitched this. Coffee is always a good idea, which now hangs in our kitchen, and Ian taps on it and loves it. And she did this. She mounted this herself, this lovely fabric. And she did a chenille border on this one too, with a little bit of a cord hang. So there's the 2022 charm on it. But I love this. And she did such a fantastic job. That's so pretty. I love that. The next thing she made for me, and this was kind of an agreed on thing. I knew I was getting this because she said if I stitch this, do you want to just turn it into a pillow yourself? And I was like, yeah, that's fine because I really liked this, but I didn't have the pattern. And now I can't remember who it's by. I don't know. Anyway, it says Harvest Wishes and Pumpkin Kisses. God, I know I should know this. It's not. Oh, who is this? Is it? Oh, what's her name? Oh, God. Oh, everybody's screaming at me right now, going, "You should know this." Oh, I see her logo. Ah, Lizzie Kate? Is it a Lizzie Kate? That's who I'm thinking of. I think it's probably a Lizzie Kate, but then again, I'm wrong and you're probably screaming at me anyways. But Helen sent me that. She sent me the backing fabric, which is sunflowers as well. So I'm going to turn that into a lovely little pillow. And last night I was able to order a dough bowl for myself, a wooden dough bowl. So I will be able to display that next year, my dough bowl. That is not from Helen, so I will do that. Helen and I sometimes, we share patterns, or, you know, she gets done with one and she sends it over to me and, you know, I do it, or actually buy them from each other. But she sent me a few patterns so that I can stitch these. First one is Casting a Spell by Blackbird Designs, and I'm not sure I'm going to do all of these. I think I'm going to pick a few out and do them because I'm not really enamored with a couple of them, but I will be doing these and the pin cushions that go with. So this is that pattern. She's got it set in this box. I'm not sure where I can get that box, but I'm sure Ian could make me one if I can't find it. And the pin cushions are on the back, so I will be doing them. So yeah, so those are just on loan. I have bought some patterns of my own, but those are upstairs and I will show them the next time. So the next one that she sent me is Prairie Schoolers February, which I totally love. I can't show you the back because, you know, patterns on it, but I really like this. And I'm going to pick some bits out of the small one to stitch because I quite like the Abe Lincoln and I like the log cabin and I like the George Washington. And we'll see how we get on. The next one that she sent me, I don't know what I did with Blackbird Designs. Oh, I put underneath. The next one she sent me is When Witches Go Riding. And that's another Prairie Schooler. I love this. So I'm going to be stitching that, but I think I'm going to stitch that on some 40 count linen to reduce the size a bit. I might do a 36. I'm not sure. But there you go. The next thing that Helen sent me was a kit from the Drawn Thread called Trick or Treat. And it comes with threads that you need and the linen as well. So this is it. Drawn Thread. It's called Trick or Treat. Let me hold it up there in case you guys haven't seen it before. I love this. I'm probably going to start this March, April, because I'm really getting tired of stitching Halloween-y stuff right now. I'm not going to show the next pattern that I brought in because it's actually going to be a Christmas gift for somebody, and it's to do with my garden, and so I can't really show that. Sorry. The last thing I'm going to show, and there were other things too, I just have these to show right now, is Helen made me a Halloween bag, which is, I love this checker pattern in here. It's just amazing. I like the fabric too, and there is a little witch hat with a little hanging off the side of it as my zipper pull. But look at this fabric. Oh my God. How adorable is that fabric? That is so cute. So yeah, so probably this will go inside this. In fact, let me see if I can fit it in right now. And that way it's all ready to go in March. Yes, it will. Oh, so anyways, I just wanted to say thank you again, Helen. I mean, I love exchanging with Helen because she's always, oh, she does the best stitching ever. She's just a good friend. She's just a super good friend, and I love her very much. So I'll just stick with things that I purchased just for a little minute, if that's okay with everybody, and then we'll get into cross stitching. Yeah, then we'll get into cross stitching. I purchased, and I'm stupid because I didn't keep the tag with this, but I got a small eighth from Patchwork Rabbit here in the United Kingdom. And I can't remember what color they said this was. I think it's just a cream. Anyway, I got that. I believe it's a 32 count linen. And I have some Thanksgiving patterns that I'm going to be doing. I bought one called Thankful, but I'll show you that in the next video so you guys can see what that is. I probably will have already been stitching on it or stitched it, and probably another. I ordered from the Primitive Hare 2 months ago, and this came this week. Like the Postal Service since Brexit has been a mess here, and it's really very difficult to get anything, and I can't find the tag for this. I looked, but I can't find the tag. I know I have it. I just don't know where it went to. But yeah, this is I think it's a 32 count linen from the Primitive Hare, and it is a definite Halloween vibe theme. Now, I've seen other people who stitched on this. I don't remember what they stitched, but I'm going to take my time with that fabric because it was a little bit of money, and I want to make sure that I put just the right thing in it because I really want to put it in a proper glass fronted frame and display it at Halloween, and then perhaps in my sewing room, which we'll talk about in a minute, year round. The last thing I want to show you that I got was the Punch and Needle Primitive Stitcher for this fall. This is the 2022 fall issue of that. Right, so last year I wasn't able to get a copy of this. I never ordered it, but when I saw it at Patchwork Rabbit, and I do recommend the Patchwork Rabbit, they're great. The people that own that, I can't remember her name. Is it Carla? It starts with a K. She called me because I had ordered two copies of this magazine. I did on purpose because I was given one to Helen. Yeah, she called me to make sure that I hadn't made an error. I mean, how good is that? She had my money. She could have just said, oh, no, that's her problem if she made a mistake. But she didn't. She was amazing, and I love her to bits. So this has it's got punch needle, which I don't do, and I don't really want to do it. Well, I do, but I can't start another craft. My husband would kill me, but it's got so many amazing cross stitch patterns in it. Like, for example, Cherry Hill Design. I love Deanna's. I love her stuff. My strawberry. Do you remember the strawberry patch that I did? Well, that's one of her designs, and this is Maple Hollow, and that is by Cherry Hill Designs. She is a gem. I love her shop. It is on Etsy. Please go visit her. There was another one in here that I really want to do. Oh, Helen really wants to do this one. Bless. I am not nuts about it because it's a little bit too modern for me. I guess I should have told you guys who that was by. That's Hilda the Garden Witch, and that is designed by Erin Houston of Autumn Lane Stitchery. Let me see. There are some other ones that I really, really wanted to stitch. There's Witchy Stitcher in here, by the way. I love that girl. She's amazing. Here's Halloween Parade. It's by Luminous Fiber Arts. It's a nice little pillow. Quick stitch for people that would like to, you know, just do something very briefly. I won't show you everything in here, although I love this and it is stunning. I don't do samplers. I don't do baskets yet because I'm really got to get into that. But that is Autumn Stars by the Sub Rosa. And I do like that very much. There's another one too. This is Plaid Cats Are Seen, and it is by Teresa Kogut. I'll make sure I don't show you all of the stuff that goes with it, but that is a cute little pillow too. There is one there's one kind of sort of what would you call it, a sampler in here. Let me get the page split here. Called Mary Williams Sleeping Bag. It's designed by Teresa of it is Shakespeare's Peddler, right? Yeah, it's Shakespeare's Peddler. And that is that little beauty right there. See, I think if I start with smaller ones that are sort of use elements of samplers, that will help guide me into that. There is a, there it is. This is a punch needle, but I really like Canadian geese. And if I was going to do punch needle, I would definitively do that. I love this so much. That is called the Canadian Goose, Canada Goose Decoy. And it's stunning. I love it. So if you get a chance, pick yourself up a copy of this magazine. There are a lot more patterns than I've shown. But yeah, so there you go. Right, that's all the new stuff. Oh, I hope I'm not taking up too much of your time. Sorry. Orange juice in my skull. Right, the first thing I'm going to show are my Whip Go for October. I have put this away now. This is one of the things that I've been working on. This is Midnight Way by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. That is what it will look like when it's complete. I did manage to do what I wanted to do, which is finish Broomhilda's shop. So I'll show you that. This is being stitched on Magic by Magical Mischief, and it is by River Hut Designs. So I'm not sure if it's showing up as lavender here, but it is lavender mottled sort of. But yeah, I love it. I love it so much. Look at that little pumpkin right there. He is so cute. So yeah, the only thing that I have changed on this cross stitch so far is the light. The inside of that light was supposed to be done in this sort of stark white that you see the stars in and things. And I just thought it wasn't going to look right. So I went and found the lightest shade of yellow in DMC. I can't remember what the number was. And then I used that instead. So it gives it a bit of a, you know, a yellowy goldish glow inside the gaslight. So yeah, so that was my Whip Go call for October with a pair of socks. I wasn't going to stitch any more socks, and then, yep, I stitched more socks. So I'll show you those in a little minute. The next thing I'm going to show is my cross stitch Whip Go for September. If you remember, I was working on this pattern called Yippee-Ki-Yay. I'm stitching this on a 32 count Murano cotton even weave. It's back quarter, and this is by Fandom Cross Stitch. This pattern. Yippee-ki-yay, thou fornicator of motherhood. Stitching this for my eldest son. And I did get done what I wanted to get done on this as well. Oh my goodness, what a nut. I got a lot of fabric hanging out, but I did get the dome done on the top of the building and all of the back stitching. So there we go. That is a bit of work, and I'm glad it's done. And when you're stitching the figures and they don't have their back stitched on, they do look odd. But as soon as you put the back stitch on, they've come to life in a way I can't really describe and became very medieval. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with that, but that's away. Probably till next year because it's, you know, we've only got 2 more calls on WIPCO. The next thing I'm going to show you was not in my WIPCO, but was just something that, you know how you get that itch to start new cross stitches like every 5 minutes. I started cross stitching from my new book, The Creepy Cross Stitch. This is by Lindsay Swearingen, and this book's amazing. I won't go through everything in this book. I will pick out a few favorites of mine to show you, but I will show you the one that I'm currently working on, which is Welcome Home. So I'm going to put this in my entryway for Ian. So that is myself and Blossom. Anyway, I did get a start on this. I haven't worked on it in, I didn't know, like a week and a half. But I have gotten some of it done, mainly the foliage around the door, the chandelier, and part of the door. As you can see, this part of the door is done. And I'm using my little skeleton needle minder. So yeah, this will be the first time that I stitched on black. Not wholly comfortable doing it unless I'm out here in the conservatory and the floor is exposed to the underside of the cross stitch because it brings light up through the Ada. By the way, that's a 16 count Ada that I'm stitching that on as Swigart. She's very good. She shows you how to finish hoops. And there is one that Helen and I are going to do, although it's really supposed to be for married couple. We're not married, despite what Helen says to everybody. Anyway, it's this one. So it's like the trees, the willows that come down into a heart shape. And it says together forever, I think. Yeah. Because we're supposed to get old together, I guess. Become old ladies together. So I like that one, and I will be doing that one, but I am going to not do that on black because I don't really want to do anything else on black ever again. And this one with the little ghosty peeking out the side of the window. Very cute indeed. So I would suggest you pick this up. I got this book off Amazon for, I can't remember what I paid for it. Not much. I think like 11 pounds or something. I think I paid for that. I can't remember. Anyway, it's called Creepy Cross Stitch. If you can, pick yourself up a copy or go look in your library or say to your library, please go buy this so I can use it and read it. Anyway, so that's that. All of these are being stitched with DMC and the called for colors, except for the one change that I said I made on Midnight Way. The next one I got is in my Minions Vampire Bag Vampires. Hang on. Minion Vampires. I do love me a Minion. And this is, I think this is by the Witchy Stitcher as well. We'll see in a second. Witchy Stitch. Yep. And it is by the Witchy Stitcher. And it's a freebie, so I can show this. It says Witch. And as soon as I finished my stuff on Midnight Way, which was not this past Friday, but the Friday before, I put it away and I picked this back out again because I know I've shown it to you all previously. And now I'm showing it to you again because I've gotten some more done, and I can show you the little needle minder now that Helen gave me in my my box. Okay, my head is casting some kind of something over here, and it's creeping me out. I watched Halloween Ends yesterday, and I hear stuff in my house right now because that movie was, well, it was different. Anyway, here we go. So this is the little Michael Myers needle minder that Helen got me, and this is the progress that I made on this. So I think I just had a little bit of the cauldron done on this side. Now the cauldron's finished and the ground underneath, and I actually put my initials and the year on this one, which I'm going to start doing. And I got some of the bubbles done, and I've gotten all of the other bits done. So currently I started to stitch the purple into the moon, and I have some more bubbles to do up here with a different color DMC, and then that will be done, and I will probably be turning that into a pillow. So that's that. But again, that wasn't part of my whip go. That was just a palette cleanser, I guess, after whip go was finished. The next thing I'm going to show you, the last thing I'm going to show you, I guess, was the other part of my whip go was to start another pair of socks. So I finished my other ones, which are on the floor here. And I started, I'm sorry, but I started these like 2 weeks ago, and I got the first one done. So this is Knit Picks Felici. I bought from Helen. It's called Foxglove, and they don't make it anymore, so I'm really, really sorry. But it's a lovely purple stripe sock. Knit it magic round, cast on 18 on each needle, increase to 28. This is for my foot, by the way. Knit it after your increases are finished. Well, that's not true. I still push my little red counter, row counter, while I'm stitching the sock. So it's 85 rows to the heel from the toe, and turn the heel, German short row, and then it's another 85 rows to the cuff, and then it's another 12 rows of 2x2 rib in magic loop. So I got that one done, and I have just cast on the second sock, and I finished the toe increases, and right now it's only small and got 10 rows on it. So we will get that done. I made a point in my whip go to say I had to do at least 10 rows a day on any socks. My other socks over there, it was the same thing. And I accomplished that. So I have 2 green lights on my whip go for October, and I am definitely looking forward to November because, sorry, I'm just going to throw these on a sofa. Because I'm hoping my Thanksgiving one will come up, which I already have down here in the bag. And it was, if you remember correctly, it's the one I started from last year. So I will be finishing this one. I can't remember what pattern it was. I only have my working copy, and I don't usually put. It's Turkey Creek, Mannered by Pinker Pumpkin Quilting. It's a pattern from 2020. Yeah, I just have my working copy. So I'm not sure if I have this pattern upstairs in print or if it's just a PDF. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I honestly can't remember because I started this like, was it last year or year before? I can't remember. Probably the year before. Anyway, I'm going to be finishing that up this year, so I'm hoping it gets called in November. If I'm lucky, it will. But the house is done, and I really like it. So there you go. The other thing that I have in my, one of the other things that I have in my, left in my board is to do the botanical scrapbook, which I will be getting done. And I have my Blackwork Angels to be working on, although I have stitched on some and finished one. And I will show you that next time. I can't think of the next thing, the fourth thing, because I do 2 things in the month, and I try to either I put a certain number of stitches in per day on a cross stitch, or a certain number of rows on any knitting project. So we'll see. I have a 10-gram mini skein advent calendar coming from Woolly Goodness Yarns. I have been getting her 10-gram mini skeins all year long. I want to start stitching a blanket with those because they're all very pastel-y. I think some of the mini skeins that are coming for the advent calendar will be darker, so I won't be putting that into my blanket. I am trying to decide with that whether or not I'm going to stitch looks kind of like just granny squares. Helen Duffin's making one like it right now, or the Battenberg blanket, which I really, really want to make because I think it's so cute. So we'll see how we get on. So that takes me to, let's discuss what's happening with the craft room, the sewing room. I have made a decision. This time of year, it's very difficult for me to not be in America. Coming up on Thanksgiving, it's really, really difficult to not be home. It's silly things like watching CBS and seeing commercials, that relate to Thanksgiving and family and homecoming and pies and Sara Lee and just food, right? But I miss it. And, she probably isn't watching. So I'll just say that I miss my big sister, and I miss, to be honest with you, it's very immature, but I miss being small and everybody being around the table with my mom and dad and my grandparents. And, I just, it's something that you sort of hold on to because it makes you feel a part of something. Not that Ian and I aren't family, or he doesn't have family, but they don't understand the Thanksgiving thing. You know what I mean? So anyway, sort of in conjunction with that, made a decision, and I have decided that my sewing room is going to be torn apart, and it will be early American colonial. That is the style. That will be my little sanctuary where I'm enveloped by Americana, and I can feel like, I'm in New England for some of every day, or every other day, or whatever. I just want to be able to go in there, sit, breathe, and maybe not miss home as much because of it. So floors coming up, new wood floors going down. Floor will be leveled because this is an old house. This house is old. I mean, old. And not like American old, but like, early American old, right? And so that's going to happen. The walls will be torn down. The picture rail will be torn off. The walls will be stripped. They'll probably be resurfaced, remudded. We call it mudding in America. I forget what you guys, I don't know if you guys still call it plastering or whatever, but that's what's going to happen. And, oh, it's my camera. I thought something was on my fence because I got this little notification thing. Anyways, never mind me. So yeah, and then I am going to stencil the walls. I have ordered a few really old copies of Early American magazine from someone on eBay from America, so I can have a goosey gander at that, decide what kind of stencils I want to put up. And on the walls, I'm thinking the willow stencil. I don't really want to go with traditional pineapple-y stuff. I was never keen on that anyway, but I like the willow scenes and things like that, so that'll probably work out. Cabinets are coming out. I found a new crafting cabinet that opens up twice. So, and it has a table that drops down, so I'll be able to store my sewing machine and my serger in there and all my crafting stuff, so I can get rid of the big, oh golly, there's a big cupboard in there with 2 drawers in the bottom and the top bit where you would hang your clothes normally. And there is also another cabinet that is actually built in up there that houses our combi boiler. Now we can't afford to move the combi boiler because that costs an enormous amount of money. And I'm cool with it. You know, it's not like it's a noisy thing anyway. But it rarely gets used unless somebody's taking a shower. Because I don't run the heat in my house, like, ever. Even in the winter. It'd just be cold. So I was thinking I would have Ian either get a carpenter in to build it into a corner cabinet. You know, corner cabinet. And just hide that behind some, 12 panes of glass that are frosted or whatever. But easily accessed by a plumber if we need somebody to service it or something, God forbid, something happens to it. So that is what I'm doing with that room. I'm going to make it a place where I can retreat to America for as long as I need to and feel happy and comfy. So I'm going to start, I think you'll see my stitching evolve into samplers, reproduced samplers. And I mean, I'm never going to move away from my Halloweeny stuff. No worries. Don't anybody panic. But there'll be more sampler type stitching, I'm sure, to go along with my Halloween stuff. And because that room is not huge, but it's fairly large, it'll afford me a really large amount of wall space to display those cross stitches. So, and I have a whole wall in my lounge, as you guys. Oh no, you didn't get to see it because my super spectacular surprise is in there. But I have a whole wall that needs covering with cross stitches. So hey, if anybody wants to send me a cross stitch, I'm here. Ask me for my address. Anyway, yeah, no, I wouldn't expect anybody to do that. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I have a box here to open from my son and my daughter-in-law of stuff that they had at their house that I gave them ages ago, decoration-wise, that they brought back up for me. One of the things was, thank God, because I don't have one, is my turkey wreath. So, yeah. So I have that. Oh, sorry, my turkey was sideways. So I have that to display this Thanksgiving out front, so everybody can, whoa, see that. Yeah, so we've got that. And that's my husband also, very briefly, my husband got me this at the shop. It's got skiers coming down the mountain. It's got ice skaters, and it's got there's ice skaters up here, and there's a choo-choo train that goes around and around and around. And my grandson was with us, and he said to my husband, "Oh, I bet Cookie would like that." So he bought it. So I guess I have, and it plays music. It plays 8 Christmas songs. So we've got that. And the box is here. So we'll be able to see what's in there in a minute. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys all go. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this today or tomorrow. Depends on whether the bed gets moved out of the room or not. And I don't know how cut up this is going to be. But it was really nice to share everything that I've done and gotten with all of you. And I hope that you are enjoying your autumn. And I wanted to wish everybody a happy Halloween. Before I go, I should say, before I say goodbye, I did watch, Hocus Pocus 2. If I had to give it out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 1. I did not like it at all. I thought it was poorly written, and I didn't like the story. And I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with that, and I'm very, very sorry, but I don't have to feel the same way you do. And I watched Jeepers Creepers Revisited, Reborn, whatever. Oh my God, that was so crappy. Oh my God, it was awful. Oh, horrible. And I have watched Halloween Ends, as I said. And although it was really hard to get into because I didn't really like the storyline. And I won't give anything away because it's just come out. It was scary AF, and it was gory, and I mean super duper gory. And I watched an interview on Graham Norton here in the United Kingdom. He's like a talk show host, and he was interviewing Jamie Lee Curtis, who actually went on to say that because she in it and she produced it and she was an executive producer, she had her own private screening in a theater. And she said that she was in the theater and she had a little volume button so she could turn it up and down as loud as she wanted. But they actually posted a guard sitting at the very back, and that guard was there. So she didn't pirate, according to her own effing movie. And she said, what am I going to do? Sell it to China? Why would I do that? But she said she would turn when the music was on, she would turn that down or something. Nah. Otherwise, she turned her face like this because it was gory. But the guy at the back had to watch it and watch her to make sure she wasn't stealing it. And I guess he was at the back going, no, oh God, no. And that is like, I have missed parts of that movie because I went like that. Because, oh God. And the ending did not end the way I thought it was gonna. Anyway, with that little cliffhanger, I'm gonna let you go. I hope you have a happy, happy Halloween. And I will see you in November. Take care of yourselves. Bye.